from 6 to 9. You're about to have a really good time, and it's sure to make you smile. On the bus, in the car, on the AirPods without wires. Rank it up on the worksite, it's the Bad and Liam podcast. Bad and Liam podcast.
Well, g'day there, podcaster, and welcome to a little bonus bit.
Yeah, it's a little bonus bit. If you don't know what this little bonus bit's about, we'll listen to the end of episode 474. This is my dog child.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's all explained in there. It's all explained in there. This is just sort of, it's a new spot for bits that we can't quite fit into the show.
Yeah,
You know.
and it'll always be under 7 minutes, which means less ads.
Yeah. Look, I obviously we were in Bali over the last couple of weeks, Ben. You and I spent the first half of our trip together, and then we split off, with your wife, and then my fiance. I was with my fiance, you with your wife. We didn't swap that bit up.
Yep.
And at one point we were in Canggu, which is like pretty cool. Hey, like you were there.
Yeah.
Also,
it's like the trendy part of Bali.
Yeah, it feels like a lot of sort of influencers and like people who do OnlyFans and stuff from Australia just live there. Like there was a lot of. It was like the Australian Los Angeles in Bali, if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean?
It blew me away. There was a lot of ladies wearing activewear, but I feel like in the hot, muggy weather, I don't think activewear would be comfortable, would it?
No, you wouldn't have thought so.
It's like it's too tight when it's hot.
Like sweating up.
Yeah.
Like what about
Don't get me wrong, I didn't mind it.
Neither. But a bintang singlet would go
much more comfortable.
a long way. You would think. We stayed at an Airbnb there, and it wasn't expensive. It wasn't cheap. It was like $200 a night. So it was like in Australia, you know that would be on the lower end, you would think.
Yep.
But for Bali, you can get stuff really cheap.
Yep.
And it looked a lot better in the photos. Like it was massive, a big pool and stuff. But when we got there, it was kind of dingy. Like there was sort of just like mold on the walls.
Yep.
Obviously, it's always so damp there.
Yep.
So, and when we got there was this like woman who was there, and we're like, sort of startled us because we like used the lock and got in there, and
You never seen one before?
I've never seen a woman before. No. There was this woman in there. We're like, oh, hello, and like, who are you? And she was like the maid.
Was she the owner or the maid?
No. She was like employed by the person who owned it, and she was like the maid. And we were like, oh, that's okay. Like, you can go home. We don't need. And like.
If anything, I want my privacy.
Literally, I felt bad that she was working there. I don't know if she was on good money or not. And then I really didn't really want her in our little zone, really. I was just like, hey, you do your thing, we'll do our thing.
Yep.
And she was just sort of hanging there and then
playing games on her phone? What was she
just
doing?
literally like sitting watching us in the pool.
Yeah, right.
She's like a lifeguard.
Could clean the mold off the walls.
No. But yeah, the main reason Sarah booked this place is because they had a washing machine. It was like the perfect sort of time. Halfway through the trip, I didn't bring that much clothes really. I was just running off like 2 pairs of jocks. It was like they were getting washed in the pool and that sort of stuff each day. But I was like probably that was getting a little past it.
Yeah.
So we asked her where the washing machine was, and she said, no, I clean. And we're like, oh no, you don't have to do that. And she was like very insistent. She was like, no, this is my job, I clean. So we were like, oh, okay, like we'll just obviously just tip her or whatever. And so she took all of our clothes and she chucked in my new red Chicago Bulls fake Guernsey that I bought from Bali with this white dress that Sarah, her favourite dress that she'd brought from Australia, and got it amended in Bali.
Yep.
And it came out like fresh pink, like just absolutely butchered the dress. Yeah. And then we were like, thank you so much, thank you. And we still tipped her like, $30 Australian or whatever for cooking the dress. But I'm glad we're the type of people who obviously, go, oh, well, we're not going to give her a hard time.
Imagine if you growled her out.
Well, growled out isn't the right term to use.
You always say that, but I use growl out like yell.
Well, growl out means something different to me, and I certainly wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, right. I'm just saying, imagine if you growled her out for that. That'd be wild.
What the hell have you done, you idiot? What do you think of this? No. Yeah, so, and then after that, to be fair, she sort of went home.
Very satisfied.
Yeah, I've done my job.
Yeah.
Anyway, she was a lovely lady. And so we went out to dinner in the pink dress and the Chicago Bulls. No, I'm just joking.
Okay.
That's like kind of ruined. We just wore something else. Went out for dinner. Came back later and this time we opened the door and there was a bloke in the house, and that really honestly scared me so much because I was like, what? I just wasn't expecting it. And I was like, hello, like, what are you doing here? And he was like, I'm security. I was like, what the heck? I'm not the president of the United States of America. I don't need freaking security in my Chungu bloody Airbnb. And I was like, mate, you can go home. You're all good. And I was like, once again, like, I tried to buy him some Oreos, and he was like, no, it's my job. And he just was out the front all night.
That's wild.
I'm like, who? I also felt, I'm like, who's like owning this place thinking that it's necessary to pay these people to...
It also makes me worried that I thought it was pretty safe, but then you've hired me security.
So what the heck is going on?
Yeah.
You've got this man at the front. And once again, it's the privacy thing. Yeah. I felt weirder that there was just a man that I didn't know supposedly keeping us safe.
It would have been weirder when you went to bed if he was in bed with you going, I keep you safe.
Keep you safe tonight. And then she comes in, I clean as well. Like, are these people living with us? What's going on?
Well, that was a pretty good bonus bit, I thought.
Hey, it was a pretty fun bonus bit. As you could see, it wasn't really like not much of a story. Like, it would be hard to fit into the show, but that's a bonus bit. What are we looking at time-wise?
5:23.
Bloody oath. You're only going to get an ad after this.
Yeah, exactly. How good's that?
Yeah, enjoy. We'll do lots more of these.